Another video of Cowgirl. Today we have Dusty with us at Krank Koffie Company, and we are doing an interview. We're going to ask some questions, get his pace, and maybe she'll show us something.
You bet. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for being here today. We appreciate you so much. If I can have just a second to say, Sarah is kind of an entrepreneur, and we're very impressed with her abilities to do this, and all ladies her age need to take this initiative to be this cool. So, there you go.
Okay, so our first question was, before this place was built, what was the building?
The building was actually a 1903 bank building, and we just had the vision to make it a real big art colony. So we didn't even know it was going to be a coffee house before we started.
Okay. So our second question is, how old are some of the artifacts?
Oh, crazy. Well, we call ourselves professional hoarders. We like to keep things for years and years, and anything that actually looks like it has a history behind it, we keep it. But probably our two oldest things in here are it's a display coffin, and the coffin is actually 1860s.
Oh.
And then we also have a Bible over the floor, and it is probably mid-1800s. It's crazy old, and we actually stuck it in the floor. So there's a pretty, I know, crazy,
wow.
right?
Okay, so our third question is, why did y'all pick coffee?
Coffee, that's a pretty good question. I guess this is a secret. Most people don't know that we're opening all these coffee houses, and my husband and I don't even drink coffee. Isn't that funny?
Wow.
I know, right? So part of the reason we chose coffee is because to us, there's three different types of art that bring the whole wide world together. There's culinary, which includes beverages, and that's coffee.
Yeah.
And then to me, photography is kind of a universal language, especially with cameras and all this stuff. Everybody just speaks the same camera language. And then of course there's painting, drawing, and art. So we wanted a living studio where everybody could come together and do all their art together.
Okay, so our fourth question was how many floors are yours?
How many floors? It kind of depends how you look at it. There is a basement that we're going to make like a 1920s prohibition bar area. It's pretty cool. And then everything kind of represents everything. So the top floor, or this base floor, is, we actually have 4 different buildings. So the top one has the top story, but then there's also a roof on top of that we're going to make another thing. So I guess we could say 4 stories. For Brownfield, Texas, that's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah. Okay, so our last question is, what is some of your specialty coffee?
Oh, gracious. Oh, so many. We try to do a coffee a day. Yesterday, let's see, the day before we had a creme brulee Frappuccino. It was to die for. And then yesterday was a strawberry shortcake. But Corey's kind of known for his, Corey's my husband, by the way. Anyway, he's the barista around these parts, and the designer. He makes, I would say either the white chocolate mocha or what's another one? A caramel macchiato is probably our favorite, and my personal favorite is the chai tea. There's
Can you show us around?
Of course I can, but I get to ask you a question. Okay. How old are you?
11.
You're 11, and you have this much just go-go in your life, and you can do things like this? Girl, this girl's gonna be a powerful source. Y'all better watch out for her. Too fun. Well, of course, let's go for a tour.
Alright, so we're outside now. This is kind of fun building. We got ice. Are those actually plastic?
No, they're actually concrete. We poured them.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
And we got that's here. It looks old and broken, so it gives it that nice old-fashioned kind of life.
Do you know what we did out here? We actually knocked out a whole sheet of glass of windows, and we opened it up and made a courtyard out of it. It was a solid building when we started. How was you going to see it?
And over here are
the clock. Well, I wanted somewhere to tell you when the building was actually established. So 1903 was when it was built, and we started it in 2018, although we opened our doors in 2019. So, and the fun part of this clock is it's always 5 o'clock. So let's have fun, people, right?
That's pretty smart. This kind of fun, got some awesome artifacts in here.
painting, so excuse the unfinishedness, but that's going to be an outside stage. So on Saturday mornings, we're going to have acoustic music and poetry readings and stuff like that out here during the summer.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah. So let's, you want me to take you in? Well, welcome to Krank Koffie, everybody.
One thing I notice is when I walk in, so most people look at the floor, you see nice, cool keys put into the floor. Can you tell us more about some of the keys?
I can. Actually, the whole story of Alice in Wonderland is in the floor. So it actually starts with a gigantic key over here. And if you've watched the story on Alice in Wonderland, when she's going through the doorways, she eats me and drinks me all of her potions, and it makes her get big and small. So that is what all this story, the storyline, all the way through to the back that leads you to the pizza house, is the story of Alice. So actually, if you want to come over here, I'll show you the beginning part of it. You gotta get down kind of low. And she's always playing games, and she's just a fun kind of person. But as you see the little bitty cards right down here, it's the Queen of Hearts and the Ace of Spades, I believe.
Really cool headshot.
Isn't that crazy?
That's pretty
neat. That one's actually pretty, that's one of our older pieces, as you were asking about the older pieces. It's a pretty crazy thing.
Yeah, that's it. Can't really play though. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Jess, they actually let you play these. I was really surprised they actually let you play these.
The story keeps continuing right here. If you've watched Alice, they play croquet with the hedgehogs and the, what is that little critter called? The flamingo. There we go. So that's where it starts. And then this is the Bible that I was telling you about. So it represents rock, paper, scissors. And these rocks, me and my daughters had collected all over the world. This is actually a piece of the petrified forest. And then that's the 1800s Bible. And this represents like the Mad Hatter, because you know he's a sewer. So all of these buttons were all of our grandparents, great-grandparents. And these are my great-great-grandmother's scissors in the floor.
Wow. That's pretty neat. You got a lot of stuff they put in the floor.
You got the Tea Party, of course. And in the original story of Alice, most people know the new story, but they don't know the Lee Lewis Carroll, 1951. But this represents, there's a big old walrus, and he gets all these baby clams to come to his shack, and then he eats them. So all the baby clams we've collected from all over the world, and that is part of all of our history of our travels, but that's what that's supposed to be about.
Oh, I just now realized they have paintbrushes in the floors.
Paint the roses red. You want to hear a pretty funny story? This is one of the best ones. If you'll take a look down here, I'm sorry, it's a little bit dirty. I asked my husband if I could have his grandfather's fake Rolex watch, and he said, "Well, sure, honey, of course you can." Next day, he came in here and he's like, "Why did you put that in the floor?" And I said, "Well, you said I could have it." And he said, "Well, not for the floor. Even though it's a fake Rolex, it's still a gold watch with diamonds, of which I did not realize. So it's worth quite a bit, but it's there for life, and now everybody in the world gets to enjoy it."
Wow, that's pretty crazy. Isn't that nice? Got another watch something here.
That's actually a compass, my dear. It tells you which way to go, so we have it set on north to remind you. Keep yourself straight and see, keep going.
Yeah. You got an eyeglass.
Through the looking glass.
This is a lot. I didn't realize this is a lot of Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, there's so much. The whole thing. This is actually, I don't know if you can see, but the rabbit, there's a vortex where the rabbit's falling down the rabbit hole. And then the glass doorknob, when you turn it, it leads you into the keyhole, which takes you there. But as she was crying, Alice did all these tears, and it led her to the ocean. And the ocean tells more stories too. But that's what that part is. And then this is the Raven and the writing desk. And it's got some pretty crazy history to it as well. The gun over there, it actually has, what are they called? The round, that you put in a gun, what are they called?
It's a cap and ball.
A cap and ball. And there are actually still 3 bullets in the gun.
Wow.
So, I know, right? Crazy.
Sunglasses.
There's a part in the movie where it's got this bird that has glasses on his nose that hops around.
Oh,
So
yeah.
That represents mommy and 2 baby birds, because I have twins, and then the birds with the funny glasses.
You got some cool coins.
Yeah, the coins over here as well are from all over the world.
This is pretty awesome. It's crazy. An old frame.
Yeah, that work in project. That is actually going to be up on the wall and give our menu on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
We got a big
This is most people's favorite part. It has a pretty funny story too if you want it. The clock, when our grandpa died, everybody in our family started fighting over materialistic things, and it just made me really, really angry. So I took a clock apart that everybody was fighting over, and I put it in the floor for the whole world to enjoy. So now everybody gets to have it instead of just a couple of people, right? And the original story of Alice, the one that's the new one, is just the Queen of Hearts. But in the original story, there's actually a king and queen. So we like to represent my husband with us, being the king and queen of the place. And that's the entrance to the pizza house. And our pizzas are literally 25 inches big, and they're in the shape of a heart. Did I tell you that?
No, you did not.
And this is really cool because we're really big on not wasting products, wasting food. So when you cut out the shape of the heart, it leaves this funny little piece at the top. It's the Wishire's cat smile. So it's going to be our breadsticks. Isn't that crazy?
Wow, that's smart.
Two more fun things, fun facts about what's going to happen in the pizza house is we're building a huge stage over there with a gigantic slide that the kids can go slide up and down the slides. And then all the tables are gigantic mushrooms that you sit underneath, or you sit at the Mad Hatter tea table. And then hanging from the ceiling, last part that's so cool about this, we have a life-size horse, and he has an 8-foot wing spread, and he flies from the ceiling. So, yeah, a little bit nuts, right? Did you not know all this? One other thing about the pizza house, right now the gelato ice cream is over here, but we're going to turn it around. You want to see them? Yeah, you just designed it yourself. But all the ice cream is going to get turned around, so that's going to be a whole kid room over there, so we can just play and have a great time.
That's really nice.
I say kids, it's for adults too, isn't it? Is it for us too? Yeah, we get that. There we go. But do you know what an actual speakeasy is? I'll teach you this. They used to take 2 boxcars and put them together and bury them underground because there was something called prohibition where you couldn't drink alcohol. So in the late 20s, early 30s is when this was going on. So they actual speakeasy, people think it's the place. It's not the place. There's a door with a little slide door, and you have to give a password through the door. The slide door is the speakeasy, where you gave the password, and then they let you in. If you didn't know the password, no go. So there was always 2 entrances and exits. So what's happening here is this used to be an old coal shaft where they dropped the coal down in here, and then they would put them in the big furnaces and heat the whole place. This is how they heated the bank. But it's almost the size of a real speakeasy. See how low the ceiling is?
Yeah.
So this is like being inside 2 boxcars. So what we're doing, so you'll know, we are opening a big place with a spiral staircase that falls down. So it's like you're falling down the rabbit hole when you come down here. And everything's going to be done in steampunk. Do you know what steampunk is?
Yes, I love steampunk.
You love steampunk?
Yes.
Oh my God, I knew it. So we're going to have an airplane wing that crashes through the ceiling, and then the bar is actually going to be right there, and it's all out of an airplane. And then there is a few more things to the speakeasy. When the cops would raid it, come in to shut it down, because you're not supposed to have this alcohol. So the cops would come in the front. There's something called a raid box. You see that big box right there? That's what the roulette wheel goes in. A roulette wheel is this big spinning gambling thing. So 2 guys would throw the roulette wheel in there, and they would go out the second door while they entertained the cops and try to get them to stop. Because if the cops bought that roulette wheel, they would take it out on the street and beat it up with a sledgehammer. So there are very few actual roulette wheels left in the world. So that's a speakeasy, my dear. Wow. It's going to be a woman's spa by the time we're done.
Wow.
Check it out.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Oh, you haven't seen my trailer, have you?
No.
It's my gypsy wagon.
This is so cool, guys.
So come see her. I'm gonna have to turn the light on. Oh, not turn it on. So go take a look-see.
It's so small here.
Isn't that great? It's actually 11 foot wide, and it was featured on HGTV and with the Junk Gypsies. We got the front cover of Vintage Trailer Magazine. So she was in Southern Living on the website.
Wow.
And it was on, what else was it on? She has interchangeable tail feathers depending on what bipolar mood I'm in. So right now, this is her balcony. My husband likes to call it my stage. But it can be changed to a coffee bar.
Oh, wow.
And so I can take this one off and put on the coffee bar. Or do you know what a Vespa is? Like a little go-go putt-mobile thing or a bicycle. I have a holder for that and we can interchange it depending on what I'm doing.
That's pretty awesome.
I thought you might enjoy that.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of pink, but this is like awesome.
It's like a good pink though, right?
Yeah,
It's kind of champagne pink. Yeah, we actually designed that and created that color ourselves because I wanted something that nobody else in the world had because that's how I work. If somebody else has it, I don't want it.
Yeah, I'm the same
Are
way.
you saying? I can see that about you.
Yeah.
Too fun. Level now. This is the basement. We did the first level. This is the second level.
Yeah.
Have you been to an actual boutique hotel? America does it different. It's supposed to be 10-room or less hotel. Every room has shock and awe in it. Something that just throws you like, why, you know? So as we go into the rooms, I'm going to show you the shock and awe. It's really funny.
Oh, gosh.
So, okay, and bear with me. We're not done yet, but we're working on it. So this room is going to be an hors d'oeuvre room for the ladies to wait as they're waiting for their food. And we're going to feed them like animals. Oh, did you see her drop? My daughter hates ball heads too. That's hilarious. So, do you see how all the animal stuff, like the troughs? That's how we're going to feed them. And then the other shock and awe in this room is a Christmas tree year round. Because my belief, and I think everybody should believe this, you don't have to follow the rules. You don't have to do what people tell you. You have to do it this way. No, you don't. So I want a Christmas tree up all year long. We're going to keep a Christmas tree up all year long. So,
You know what? You don't have to go through the pain of putting in a box to find
see, I'm telling you. And there's a mess in here. I've been sewing last night. But when you walk into a room like this, it's very shabby chic and real whatever. But when you turn around, this is that coffin I was telling you about. It's an 1860s, 1870s coffin. Isn't that crazy? It's creepy, don't you like that? What, another fun part, we've been photographing cemeteries for about 30 years now. So I have a whole bunch of cemetery pictures that we're going to cover the entire wall with black and white cemetery pictures. So when they walk in, I'll have ballet shoes, they think, oh, how cutesy. They turn around and I'll be like, oh my gosh, why?
Yeah, whenever I look at my nose, that means I'm freaking out.
I see that. Yeah. All right, cut mom, check this next one out. All right, we'll go back here. Don't get my dirtiness on this side, okay? This is going to be one of my favorite rooms. So, this is up here scared again.
Oh my gosh, I just hate dolls.
I told you, shock it off, baby, shock it off. So this room is going to be a whole lot of fun because we are actually building a drive-in movie theater over here. We're doing amphitheater seating down here, popcorn and cotton candy on the side, and then we're doing indoor bowling down the hallway. Have you ever seen indoor bowling?
I think that's called bowling.
Ever?
Ever.
Ever?
Ever.
Mommy, we're taking this girl bowling. Well, wait till you see a whole bunch of silly ladies trying to do it in the middle of the night. It's kind of
Oh my
fun.
gosh.
So
I've been bowling with the fake ones.
with the fake school. Okay, so this room is going to be like you're underneath the ocean. So everything is going to have jellyfish dangling from every angle. And I love to make my own things so that they don't look like everybody else's. So the shock and awe in this room is actually we're going to get a boat and build a bed out of it. So all the hammocks will be hanging out here. You'll get to sleep in hammocks or sleep in the boat and you'll feel like you're under the ocean. I know, right? How exciting!
Yeah, we're coming here first, no joke.
Oh, I wish I had the tent set up for y'all to see. All right, this particular room is my fairy forest, so it's gonna have trees just dangling everywhere. But the shock and awe in this room is you get to sleep in a tent. Every bed is gonna have a tent on it. So fun. Yeah. And I make my own tents. It's not set up right now, but so that it doesn't, again, look like everybody else's. Make your own rules. Cool.
It's another doll. Why is there a doll in almost every room?
You're not a doll person, so this is actually original to the house. And I have a French chandelier that we're going to fill that whole hole with. It's pretty crazy. But I love it at nighttime because you can look up and see the stars. So I love that. And that's the third level. I mean, the other level that I keep telling you about. So I want to do a whole bunch of yurts out there so you can sleep underneath the stars in a yurt.
That's pretty cool.
This bathroom is going to be Great Gatsby. We collect 1920s. Everything that's like seriously like funky old Great Gatsby. You know Great Gatsby? That's your homework. You gotta go home and watch Great Gatsby.
I already have a lot of science homework for the
Oh,
start.
if you are a steampunk girl, you're gonna love some Great Gatsby. You can't show my dirty 30 pounds of clothes over here, okay? Okay, so as we look, this is the room that's gonna be your absolute favorite. So this is going to be steampunk, but it's gonna be Renaissance and steampunk. So when you turn on the light, I have all these old mannequins. They're not dolls, they're headless. They're like headless dolls. Anyway, they have these caged bottoms on them.
Mannequins are fine with little dolls that are just creepy, their head is slightly turned. No,
Not so much.
No.
So my doll heads, no. So my
Mannequin heads
well, no, these are headless. So see, you're even better, right? Okay, cool. So when you turn on the light, if my husband can make it work for me, it's gonna go down the line. Instead of all lighting at the same time, it's going to go bam, 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 and they're going to light up one at a time. So that will be at Shock and Awe in here. So, and most people don't even know what steampunk is. More dirty. Okay. My absolute favorite room is going to be right in here. And the fun part of this is it is a Mexican hacienda room. But I have a round red velvet bed off of Route 66 that has a shaker pole on it. So is that not hilarious? So this room is gonna have every wall, it's gonna be a different color, and it's just gonna represent our Mexican culture that we love so very much. So
That's pretty cool.
and then this, we're ripping out this bathtub is my game plan, and my husband will go along with it. And this piece right here is from Morocco. So we're gonna put that up on the ceiling, and I wanna create a Moroccan tent, like an actual Moroccan tent. So when we have brides get ready, they have a place to have a background, because when you're in your wedding dress that's white, you want it to stand out and be able to see all the details. So they'll be able to have a place to get ready over there.
Did that light just turn off?
It's off. On?
Oh.
Off. Energy
Yeah.
saving.
I saw that
Now I
doll
got
in
a
the
good
corner.
creep out.
Then I saw that doll in the
Of
corner,
course,
that light turned
yet
off
another
right
doll.
then.
Wait until I have it finished. You're going to just freak. Ta-da! Are we happy?
That's pretty awesome.
Was it fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so glad you got to see the before and after.
Yeah. Well, I can do an
Once
after
you-
video.
Yeah, once you see the after, you're gonna be like, oh my gracious me.
I got the Mocha Frappe, and it's super cool. I came here last time, it was super good. But I don't think it smells good, because some places, they can have different days in there. And it just try it all. You get that strongness of the mocha, and then you have that whipped cream in it. It's a good combination. I definitely recommend this place, guys. It's so worth it. The white mocha frappuccino, it's just better than the regular mocha, okay? You gotta get this if you like mocha. You get the mocha taste, you get like the vanilla taste along with the mocha, it goes perfect together. Worth it.